Hello everyone, it's Xanet Pailet here. We are talking love, sex, and intimacy with Xanet, and it's Friday at 10 a.m. or 10:15, and we are trying to get back on track to doing our weekly Friday Facebook Live videos. To be honest with you, and I do try to be honest in my videos, one of the reasons that I stopped doing Facebook Live videos is because something that I said in a video had a very negative impact on somebody who I know, and I guess I kind of felt really shamed for using a particular word or talking about a particular concept. Hi, Wendy. And I just kind of got pulled back, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. It's quite vulnerable. If you've never done a Facebook Live video before, it's incredibly vulnerable because you may not even know what you're going to end up talking about. And I think with that type of feedback, I got a little bit scared and pulled back. But I realized that that's not the right direction, and that a lot of people have gotten a lot of really good information and have enjoyed watching my Facebook videos. Hi, I see a lot of people here. Hopefully the video is in the right direction. And so I'm just going to continue doing them. So one of the things I want to tell you is that my Facebook Live videos tend to be a reflection of what I'm going through in my own personal life and on my own personal journey around spirituality and sexuality. And over the last couple of months, I guess, since January, now it's March, I've been engaged in a really fascinating, hi John, hi Bruce, hi Mark. I'm sorry I have to look sideways because I can't figure out how to see you guys on the right way. I've been engaged in a really fascinating program around energy medicine, and it's literally around how do we use energy for healing. So it's focused on helping you as an individual and a practitioner to be able to really tap more into your intuitive abilities, and it's been pretty life-changing for me. If anybody's interested, it's called the the Academy of Intuition Medicine in Sausalito, and I highly recommend the program. It's both a program that you can do in person, and there's also an online component, and I'm actually doing both of them. Anyway, so what's been fascinating about this program is, as a Tantra teacher and as a sex coach, I'm always telling people and trying to get them to focus on what it's like to be grounded. And that's where we always start, like get grounded in your body, which is where we begin to become present. And it's really hard for us to connect with another person and be in a really conscious sexual place if we're not grounded and we're not present. But to be honest with you, and I am being honest here, being grounded has actually been a very, very challenging thing for me. And while I thought all of these years that I'm like doing my meditation and I'm grounded, I realized from this program that I wasn't anywhere near close to being grounded. And in fact, that's a very common experience that people have, especially if we've got our heads in technology and we're a thinking person that's up in our head a lot. The idea of being grounded and what that actually feels like in your body is something that is hard to actually experience and feel. And so I've learned a lot, and I just want to share some of the things I've learned about being grounded and about the healing aspects of earth energy. So you may or may not know, and I am so not an expert on this, although it would be actually kind of fun and cool to interview somebody who is an expert on this, that the earth itself has its own vibrational energy. It's 2.8 something, it may be megahertz, but I'm not 100% sure. But there's actually a vibrational energy that happens in the earth. And that energy itself, when we allow that into our body, can be very, very healing. So Now when I talk about what is it like to actually be grounded in your body, I help people connect with the energy that comes in from the earth. And I've also noticed that one of the things, like if I just say to you for a moment, you can try this if you're not driving, like just close your eyes for a second and feel the earth underneath your feet, and then drop your emotional energy. Just hear that again, just drop your emotional energy. And you may notice, as I do when I say that, or when I say that to a client and I'm working with them, that the whole body just settles down. And dropping our emotional energy low to the ground helps us get out of the busyness of our head and really down into the energy of the earth. And what I've learned, and I'd love for you guys to check this out on your own. Hi, Celeste. Check this out on your own and feel it in your own body, is the changes that happen when you actually allow yourself to be grounded into the energy of the earth. You'll notice that grounding, whether you use a visualization, I've been using a visualization of being like literally having a redwood tree connected to your sacrum or your tailbone, that you're almost sitting on it and really seeing the roots go down. But what you'll notice is if you can take a minute and just do that, there will be like a calming energy that comes in, and you'll notice your whole body, like allowing your body and gravity to really pull you down and take you into that place. So that's both calming, but it's also really connecting and being much more in your body. And of course, in all of the work that we do around sexuality, we want to be able to embody our sexuality, which is really hard to do if we're not present in your body. And when you feel that place, the challenge is to be able to open your eyes and still stay calm and present in that place. Now, of course, we're going to go up and down this sort of pathway of getting activated as we do in our life, because some emotion shows up and then come back down. But we really want to try to feel, what does it feel like to come back down into that place? So for some people, especially for anybody who has experienced trauma and abuse, which is another thing that I'm actually studying. So I told you, you always get, where is Xanet and what is she up to? Well, I'm in a somatic experiencing, which is a trauma training program as well. But for some of us, being in our body and being grounded may not feel like a very safe place, because of trauma that we've experienced and the experience that we've had of having to leave our body in order to protect ourselves from something that happened perhaps a long time ago, perhaps recently, and that's called to dissociate. And dissociate is a protective mechanism, but it prevents us from being grounded and present in the body. So I just want to note that if you're somebody that has a hard time staying in your body, it may be that there's some trapped trauma that's still there that hasn't been released, or that you just don't feel safe being in your body. And if you don't feel safe being in your body, it's really hard to be grounded and to be present, because you look at your body as something that is not a comfortable place to be. So just note that if that shows up for you, that may be what's happening. And there are ways to handle that and deal with that, often like opening your eyes and still trying to feel grounded, and just going slowly into what does it feel like to be grounded in your body can be very calming and relaxing, and a way to start to move that sort of negative, fearful energy out of your body. So that's all I have to say for today. This was a Facebook Live video about what is it like to actually be grounded. For those of you who know or don't know, I have a program. It's called myawakebody.com. It's a free program, and it gives you, over a 14-day period, different exercises to awaken the body. And the first couple of them are about being grounded. A lot of people ask me, can I have an exercise on grounding? And I probably will create some new ones now that I'm working on this at a different level. But for now, that's actually a really good place to start. And there's a couple of excellent grounding meditations in the beginning. But what I want you to do is just, once you start to begin to understand the concept of grounding and feel it in your body, just keep on checking in with yourself. Like, maybe check in every hour. Am I feeling grounded? And just remind yourself to ground, right? That in itself is a very powerful thing to do, and a way to reinforce the behavior of being grounded and being mindful of being grounded throughout your day. So grounding is a fundamental element of being in your body, which is a fundamental element of embodying your sexuality. Thanks for being here today, and feel free to share, feel free to comment. This is Xanet. I'm talking, what are we talking? We're talking love, sex, and intimacy, and I will make sure that this gets posted in all of my groups as well, and I'd love to hear your experiences around being grounded or having challenges around grounding yourself as well. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend.